At the end of the day, I think what is can be done, it could be done for different countries differently. In the case of Republic of Armenia, I think the formula is quite simple. The small is beautiful, and the small can be very successful, taking into account what is happening in the world today. The way we describe the economic and technological future is quite obvious. This world is starting going into a so-called fourth industrial revolution. I would make it a bit more complicated, that the revolution is not the ordinary one, that we have a revolution and we have a long period of time of evolutionary development. This is going to be a permanent revolution. Because the amount of scientific knowledge and achievements that we have accumulated, combined with the huge number of people now are involved with startups and others into this process is going to be very, very dynamic and dramatic in some ways. I think what we are going to see, the rise of quantum computing, the rise of new technologies in biotechnologies, of course big data, and of course the crown of this, all of this will be the artificial intelligence. I think it will be everywhere. And in my opinion, it's very simple. You should not be afraid of artificial intelligence. It's the same story like 30, 40 years ago or 50 years ago, people were afraid of IT. IT will come, computers will come, people will lose jobs. No, there will be much more jobs, huge amount of jobs, new jobs created, and what will change the quality and the type of the activity of humans. I mean, we will go into more innovative work. So that's the Industrial Revolution number 4, but I call it our evolution, rapid evolution, rather than fourth, because probably there will not be the fifth one. We will exponentially go up. But there is one thing that is important. This revolution is happening not only in economy and technology. This revolution is happening in our human behavior as well.
On the cusp of gaining great technological advantage, and the US is in retreat. We've been forced to question and evaluate everything that's been presented to us. Exactly. If you had it to you.
The reality is that the world is making a lot of effort in order to handle this, especially the climate change. And the way we see forward is the green technology, renewables, which is fine, which is the hydro, which is the wind, which is the solar, which is fantastic. Because all of that has a big problem about the quality of the technology, the tariffs, how much it will cost to create a kilowatt of energy. Even with the best scenarios that we will sell less arms and will invest in those technologies, it will take decades and decades. From our past, which was absolutely black, we were burning coal. Now it's a sort of a greenish, we are burning a bit more gas and we have renewables in several countries. To come to the future which is green, it will take probably 50 to 100 years. But we don't have that time. I think the damage to climate and environment is going to be dramatic and tragic. But that's the reality, that we don't have the technologies yet, we don't have the political will yet, we don't have the sort of investment in place yet in order to handle it. So let's face the reality. This is the reality that we're facing. It's going to be tough, it's going to be engaging all of our efforts, and it's going to be bringing people to common sense. But even with the common sense, investment is going to take time. That's number one. Number two, to continue what I started telling them, technologically we will be advancing and this process will be fantastically going on. But our social behavior, our political behavior, the way we run politics is going to change dramatically. That is going to be another revolution. It's just a completely different world that we are going to face, where the voice of individuals will be heard very strongly and it will influence the decision making very heavily. You have your voice, try to use it. You have to use it, otherwise you'll be responsible for what's happening in this world. And you'll be continuing blaming politicians, government, organizations. Now you have the voice, raise it.